coming with me.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a medicine, but it seems like all of her skin would come off if you did that. Hey there, everybody. This is Cole here with more Hexcrank Live. Starting a new game tonight. Silent Hill Origins. I believe this was the first American-developed Silent Hill. Came out in 2007. And this was actually originally for the PSP. It didn't come out on PS2 until much later. I'm playing the PlayStation 2 version. It's the one I own on original hardware. But yeah, this takes place 20 years before the original Silent Hill. Something like that. We're going to see the house fire that led to Alessa being what she is. Well, I'm telling you what you're going to see. I can just show you. So let's go ahead and see what's up.
Who'd I just pass there? That you, good buddy?
Treetop tall and wall to wall. Travis, you messed up son of a bitch. What you doing on my road?
Late on a gig, bud. I'm taking the shortcut past Silent Hill. Stopping for coffee as soon as I hit Brahms. I'm beat.
Bad dreams still keeping you awake. I told you, man, a girl or two would go a long way. Sleep like a baby with a chick in your cab.
Guess I just don't meet the right girls, bud.
Maybe if you weren't always blabbering about losing your balance when you were young, how you don't even remember how or why.
Hey, chill. You don't see me bringing up your issues.
No need. My old lady keeps me fully informed of my feelings. The girl keeps notes.
You mean she hasn't left you yet?
Any day now. See you around, Travis. Take it easy.
10-4. Catch you later, buddy.
That's right. It is truckin' time. I'm running out of Silent Hill games to stream. Hey there, Zach. Does this seem familiar to you? Mighty good brakes on that truck. Hi, Jake. Hello, Andrew. This was also the first Silent Hill game to come out after the movie. So they're going to be doing a little bit of retconning in terms of the way things look as compared to, you know, the version I prefer, which is the original Silent Hill.
Huh? Hey, come back!
I never played this on PSP. I can't imagine it's very good. Oh wait, Sam Barlow did this? I had no idea. I know he did Shattered Memories. That was kind of his claim to fame. Bienvenidos a Silent Hill. I'm just dumb, I'm sorry.
Not fog. It's smoke. My God.
Dahlia. It's not a good idea to sneak to lean up against a house. To lean up against a house that's on fire, Dahlia. Dahlia. Okay, if I remember correctly, it's possible to die here before you get a save point. It's very nice of the fire to stick to the walls. Oh, okay.
Coming with me.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a medicine, but it seems like all of her skin would come off if you did that. Whoa, how big is this house?
Safe now. Hey! Someone help her! Where is everyone? Where am I? Silent Hill. What happened last night? That girl. Did she make it? They would have taken her to the hospital. Coons Street. I need to see if she's okay.
All right, heading to Alchemilla. I tried to find a way to enable progressive scan, but I could not make it work. Usually with later PS2 games like this, you can make that happen. I'm going to try one quick thing. Okay. My ingest cards forced deinterlace worked pretty well. I think it's a little bit more blurry, but at least it's not all scan-liney. Jake says, it always feels more sinister in a horror movie when what gets the protagonist into trouble is an act of kindness instead of an act of greed or apathy. I agree. Hi, Bandit Rain. Okay, let's see here. Cool cola. Yay. What else is there? Under construction. Currently, the second and third floors of the hospital are undergoing renovations. At this time, they are closed to patients and visitors. Work continues in earnest, and the hospital management thanks you for your continued cooperation as we try to minimize the disruption. We estimate the construction will be completed within 6 months. The restructuring of the third floor will almost double our capacity for inpatients and introduce cleaner, more modern facilities. Here at Alchemilla, the quality of care we provide to you, our valued patient, is of utmost importance. Dr. Phillips, chairman of the Alchemilla board. I can't remember if that is an allusion to the elevator scare. One of my favorite things in Silent Hill 1. When you get in the elevator and boom, all of a sudden there's another floor that wasn't there before. Oh, let's see. Last time I beat the game in 7 hours. This was 12 years ago. That took a discomforting amount of time. Yeah, Zach, the original Silent Hills controls are real bare because they are straight up tank controls. It was before, so tank controls plus kind of the swimmy and awkward PS1 3D character on 3D environment animation. Yeah, if you go back to my original stream, I think it was one of the first things I streamed for this back in 2015, you can see me having a boatload of trouble. Just dying really, really preventable deaths. Running into things I ought not have run into. Alright, just going and checking all of the locks.
Hey, you a doctor?
Can I help you?
That fire last night. The girl who was burned. Is she here?
A girl? We've received no new patients in the last day or so. Was she hurt?
She was burned all over.
Are you a relative? What did you say her name was?
I don't know her name. I was the one who saved her from the fire. She must have been brought here. Is there another hospital?
I mean, across the lake.
Perhaps someone in reception could help you. I have urgent business to attend to. Goodbye.
That is Dr. Kaufman. We're going to be seeing a lot of folks. I think you might even get to see Lisa, too. If I recall correctly. No dice. So you may be hearing a little bit more of Greta in the background. We're having a thunderstorm right now, and she seems a little bit more wigged out by the sound than usual. So, Brian,
You okay?
she's fine. Ah, shit! I forgot to update the. I forgot to update the title of the game. Yeah, this is Silent Hill Origins. Okay, she is not getting up anymore. At least I don't think she is. Hi, Deliritant. Huh. Yeah, that mirror shows the other world. Preliminary diagnosis. 3rd-degree burns. Patient is unconscious. Something has prevented damage spreading to the internal organs. Tissue damage is limited to the epidermis and extremities of the limbs. How is this possible? Oh, it should still cause such a huge immune reaction that she would, you know, die horribly anyway. But magic. There's a demon in her. There's something wrong with the mirror. The reflection isn't right. So yeah, eventually mirrors are going to become our portal to the other world. Something else that I have an issue with. Hey there, Alessa.
you. I'm seeing things. This ain't right.
So yeah, you can go back and forth between the regular world and the other world at will. Kind of at will. So what it means is, and you know, this is always effectively true, but each of the levels is twice as big as it initially seems. However, when they were presented sequentially, regular Silent Hill and Otherworld Silent Hill, you didn't have to like wonder if there was an item you were missing. Here you got to search the twice as big space in order to make sure you have everything for the puzzles that you need. Hey there, Knive. God, I really miss the ability to stomp on enemies when they're down. Hey, Travis? Hey, Trav, bud? It seems like you're not making the most use of your, scalpel there. Kind of seems like you're punching people while you hold it in your hands. This is a stairwell, I believe. I don't want to leave this floor just yet. That respirator sound is freaking me out. Wait, there was an egg that made a noise. This is in line with my interests. An ornate golden egg. Really no more information than I had. Parts of the note are obscured. Worry not. I have used the blank to contain her power. No one will come to her aid. One of the 5, hide them, protect them. So that is Dahlia talking about the ritual she put in place to secure Alessa in her liminal state, incubating the demon. This is a prequel. We know what's going to happen. Okay. Another thing. this game has items with durability. Ah, fuck. I missed a door back there. Or did I? No, I did. This heart of mine troubles me with its trembling. To still it, I have put it on ice and locked it away. Remember, the 3 beauties who cause it to pump are the key. Age before beauty. Okay, we don't have this code just yet, but I will be on the lookout for anything that will provide a key for it. Yeah, when this first came out on the PSP, I was really worried because I didn't see myself getting a PSP. The system didn't interest me, and this was one of the only games that was that was on it that seemed like a must-have for me. So I was very excited when they brought it to PS2. Even if by then the game's middling reviews were, you know, apparent. Silent Hill games never really reviewed that well, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Hi there, X-Model. Let's see. Huh, it's blocking the way. There's a death mask on the door. Underneath is a plaque which reads, "Even the blind have need of eyes, if they wish to gaze at the future." I keep on pressing the button too quick to advance the... Oh, a jug. Yeah. There's an oval depression in the door. Underneath is a plaque which reads, "Even in this inferno, from out of the flames I saw a life burn anew." Hey, Jeremy. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, we got a party here. Only person missing is Jala, but she's at an event. Okay, so now I'm punching nurses. Because Travis is a truck stop barroom brawler. Okay. Hi, Mark. I've never heard anybody call the toilet tank the cistern before. Okay, plastic liver. Hey, Gwen. Before I warp, let me go... Let me go over here. Nope. Jeremy is about to chow down on some gumbo. All of that sounds very good. I'm doing good. I'm drinking... I did some dog sitting for my brother, and he gave me some bullet whiskey in exchange for it, which was unnecessary but welcome. And now I am drinking that with some ginger ale. Amy, 31. I should probably write these down. And I can't find my notepad, so I'm going to use the hex crank Slack. Amy, 31. Okay. Staff lounge key. Where is the staff lounge? Right over there. Okay. Again, I need to start that Instagram or whatever with video game vending machines. Let's see here. Lucy, 23. Hey, Luke. All right. Yeah, you get some weird-ass items in this. Construction. As you know, the renovations to the upper floors have run into problems. The plumbing leak and substandard materials used have forced us to close off the third floor until further notice. We are reminded of the familiar adage, you get what you pay for. We now face 6 more months of work, reducing our capacity for the coming year. We will have to cut spending on inpatient care and consultancy fees by 50%. Therefore, we ask doctors to refrain from committing patients and encourage homestays instead. Unless they're dying in your arms, don't book them in. Staff party, worry not. The staff party is still on. Our recreation budget is locked away where no one can tamper. Everyone meet at Annie's Bar on 8 p.m. on Friday. Alcohol, medicinal of course, and food will be free. Arrive early to grab a trainee nurse. They go quick. Gross. And Greta is in this room, flopping on the ground. You can hear her name tag hitting the floor. Knive9 says that they are drinking some boxed wine called Wine Cube. It's an individual container equivalent to 3 glasses. That sounds like a juice box, my dog. And Delariton asks, if there are wine cubes, why aren't there wine orbs? You're thinking of a party ball, my friend. Carlo, what up? Yeah, party ball. What's that key that I got? Exam room. There could be many exam rooms. Oh, it's over there. Okay. I am lost. Hey there, Blake. Thank you for subscribing. To all staff, it is forbidden to enter my office unaccompanied until further notice. Dr. Kaufman. Dr. Static. Alternatively, fill up a balloon with wine and sip slowly. Carlo asks, is the O in Origins really a 0? Absolutely. Okay. Intestines and stomach. Okay, someone who's written on the x-ray, it says Sarah 19. So I've got 3 numbers. And I'm missing the heart. Oh, another organ is in the way, huh? Well, I'm going to have to do this in order, so it doesn't make sense to do it without the heart. So, here's the frustration. I have to cross over into the other world and then go to the room where the cooler's at. Yeah, so the backtracking is doubled in this, which I think is a real bummer. It is a real bummer to me. Might as well save. Huh, Luke says they've been using tonic syrup in lieu of tonic water in gin and tonics, and it is excellent. I'm curious about that. They used to sell tonic syrup for soda streams, and that was a good time for me. But I think they discontinued making that. Darren, what it is? Dog nozzle, yo! Gwen asks, please show us what's on your PS2 memory card on camera. Remind me to do it if you're around. I'll do it at the end. I don't want to stop the game for it. Well, there's nothing embarrassing. It's just a bunch of save games for games that I own. Show us the files, you coward, Carla says. this? Alright, where do I need to go? The cooler is over here, so down and around the U. Cool. Let's use that alcohol jug as a weapon. Carlos says Cole keeps the secret episodes of Bonfireside Chat on that memory card. Yeah. For $200, I will ship you 1 episode of Bonfireside Chat on 10, count them, 10 8GB memory cards. Okay, the 3 numbers that I have, 31, 23, 19, it says age before beauty. So let's try doing them in reverse order. Or in actual, like, ascending order. 19, 23, 31. Okay, so we'll make that sound regardless. Let's do it backwards. 31. 23. There we go. Plastic heart. Okay. Got to take that down to the exam room. Ah, uh-oh. No, I can run around you. That's fine. I'm going to keep my jug. Yeah, I had no idea that Sam Barlow worked on... And so I knew he did Shattered Memories, but I had no idea he worked on this one as well. I'm so excited to talk about Shattered Memories on WoF. That is a special game. X-Model asks, how did you play Shattered Memories, or how do you play Shattered Memories? The canonical version's on the Wii. I can't speak to the controls on the PSP or PS2 version. Those versions are actually really expensive now, I believe. But yeah, emulating it is a pain because, you know, Wii remotes. Hey, Snuggle Bowl. Okay, so I have to put in the organs in order. So, like, seems... So maybe the lungs would go above the heart. Snuggable when you pour the juice in. Ah, oh! Hey, hi, eyes. Jeepers creepers. Yeah, that pooped me. I think the door that I needed to use was in the other world, so let's go to the other world. Take it on the other side, as Anthony Kiedis would say. Yeah, the thing about watching me play Silent Hill is it must be very irritating how much I check the map. I just like having Travis carry around that jug. Because if there's two things that you need to know about Travis Grady, he's always ready to throw down, and he's always ready to hoe down. Oh, fuck! She knocked the jug out of my hands. Damn you! Let's use the toaster. Well, fuck. How's my health? Not great. Buh. These camera angles are giving me the fits. She's been cut open and her eyes are missing. What kind of monster could have done this? Yeah, that's the mirror of the room where you put all those organs into the body and took the eyes. You monster. You absolute bastard. I have no... So, my problem is that's basically just a patient demon from Silent Hill 2. So, that was intense.
What is this? You. What was that thing? This isn't happening.
Are you okay? Sorry, did I startle you? My name is Lisa. I'm a trainee here. Are you waiting for someone?
No. No, I'm just... Well,
Losing my mind.
I'm done here. Name's Travis. Nice to meet you, Lisa.
You sure you're okay? You look a little shaken up. Sorry.
No, it's okay. To be honest, I've been a little off all day. I was in a fire last night. I think it boiled my brain a little.
The fire in the business district? How awful. I heard about that. No one knows how it got started. And that poor girl, Alessa Gillespie.
Now we have a
died
name.
like that.
Alessa? She died?
Yes. Sorry. Did you know her?
No. But... never mind.
Well, I have to run. Dr. Kaufman wants to meet me over at
Kaufman.
the sanitarium, and he'll be mad if I'm late. Maybe see you around? Take it easy, Travis.
You too,
Lisa has some big Laura Dern energy in this model. No, that wasn't part of the game. That was I saw an opportunity. I've got a button that plays sounds. I try not to use it too much, but you know, it got the intended effect. It made you think that there was an air horn mixed in with this with the siren. So here, after this saves, y'all wanted to see my my PS2 memory card. Okay. Okay, all this work, and I'm sure it's going to be underwhelming. Music Generator 2, Silent Hill 3, SSX Tricky, Yakuza. Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff that I've played for the show recently. Shadow of Destiny, of course, Psyops. Kingsfield Save is right there. Echo Knight Beyond, Rule of Rose, Silent Hill 2, Eco, Shadow of the Colossus. Bunch of FF12, 65 hours spent in that game. Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear 2, Code Veronica, Guitar Hero, lots of Guitar Hero. Yeah, Wild Arms Alter Code F, Disgaea 2, RE4, God of War. What else do I have to ignore? MGS3, Prince of Persia, Mega Man Anniversary Collection, Disgaea, Lucky Cell, Network Configuration. Let's see. Xenosaga, didn't get very far in that. Final Fantasy Tactics. I wonder why that's showing up. 42 hours on that file. Final Fantasy X at the High Bridge. Lots of Metal Gear Solid 2. Lots of different times I did that. What is that? Way of the Samurai, probably. Haunting Ground. Silent Hill Origins. There's all of those. Yeah, no. Y'all wanted to see it. Next, boot up the Dreamcast to show us your Chow Garden. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I love those little icons, those little animations. Do what? Your chows miss you, Cole. Oh, if I show my face around there again, they're gonna swarm me. Well, what would a chow sound like? You ignored us, Cole. Knive Nine says those chows need love, Cole. Not if you're trying to make them evil, they don't. The 16:9 aspect ratio doesn't work. I've tried it. Okay, so now it's time to leave, I suppose. Yes, they talked about, Lisa mentioned a sanitarium that I need to go to. Oh, huh. Well, there's another front door on the other side. I'm trying to hunt down Dr. Kaufman because he might know something about the person I'm looking for. Well, yeah, doing the Chow game on VMU was a lot of fun. Like, it was a little virtual pet, and throughout the day you would get little alerts for choices that you could make. To I think you won fruit that you could bring back into the world to feed them to make them big and strong. I had a lot of fun with that. That was a good minigame. Where's this sanitarium? Down here. Okay. Cedar Grove Sanitarium. Oh, right, there's an actual stamina system in this game. Shit. That is a terrible idea. Okay, streets ripped up. Hey, Aaron, are you joking? Aaron says he never noticed the fog in Silent Hill games. Okay, yes. I didn't want to be mean if you were not kidding. But I guess asking if you're kidding is pretty mean. It implies that I do not believe you. Or that not knowing would be ridiculous. It kind of would be, but you know. I would like to handle it in a more tactful way than to make you feel like the object of... Basically, I just... Hey, everybody like me, please? This would all be a lot easier if you liked me. The camera's going all tilty. Oof. Look at that ass. Of course it's locked. Whoa! Maybe I have to kill that thing. Wait, a single unit of a weapon cannot kill an enemy? What is this? BioShock Infinite? Okay, these camera angles lead me to believe that there should be something important back here, but I guess there's not. Yeah, nothing in that alley. Alchemilla Hospital, every main way. Let me just try going south, I suppose. Jake is talking about a coworker who apparently couldn't see flowers. That seems like some Oliver Sacks level stuff. Kind of seems like there'd be a book written about somebody with that particular affliction. The lady who mistook a flower for nothing. Hey, Chazerific. Welcome. I'm lost in the city. Let's try going to the butchers. That has thematic relevance in this game. Chazerific asks, has Hexcrank played the new Blair Witch game? They would like to play it, but it looks too spooky. No, but that's a good idea. I'm excited for that game. It looks real neat to me. Let's look at the sausage hanging out there. Sorry, that detail is really amusing to me. I'm sure this place smells like roses. Hi, not Pyramid Head. So much energy drink in 1978 or whenever this takes place. Luke says 1978 energy drink was just Schlitz. Schlitz or Strohs. I drink Strohs in different area codes. Borden Street. I always love the Easter eggs of the names of the streets. Borden's good. I didn't notice that before. "30 whacks with a wet noodle, Bart." No. The game takes place, before Alessa originally died. So, like, early 80s, late 70s, I believe. Am I approaching the front door or am I running away from it? I always miss it in the fog. I generally miss things like it in the fog. I want to read that book. Come on. Oh, well. Yes, the music is good. This is still a Yamaoka soundtrack. Ooh, what's this one say? I can't read it. Huh, it's a big halo of the sun. Did I miss a map? They're usually hung up on the wall. So we are here looking for Dr. Kaufman, as Lisa said. Kaufman. It's Kaufman. Kaufman. Kaufman is how you say that. Let's see. Status report. 3/12/1960. Patient, Mrs. Blank, age 34. Examining doctor, Dr. Harris. Notes. Patient continues to harbor strong fantasies and a violent persecution complex. Her moods can swing from calm to violent aggression in a short time, which has led to her being moved to the seclusion wing. She becomes particularly violent during the occasional visits from her husband, demanding that she be allowed to see their child. We have taken the precautionary step of adding epilinium to Mrs. Blank's medication to prevent her violent outbursts. I don't like having to sedate patients, but when she is aggressive, Blank is as much of a danger to herself as to her visiting husband and the staff. So yeah, content warning for, I believe, psychological detention and possibly malpractice. Big map. Big. All right, before I go into the broader wing, Zach just watched the Outlast 2 stream today. Yeah, that was a thing. Yes, content warning for familial abuse. Just while we're doing it. God, Outlast 2. That game is stuck with me. Dr. Harris. Our magpies have been at it again. This time they swallowed the damn keys for the archives in the basement. Don't worry, Gary has taken Mr. Magpie to the TB ward, and I'm taking Mrs. Magpie to hydrotherapy. We'll make them spit the keys out. This job would be great if it weren't for the patients. Clem. Yeah, Gary. Let's see. Is the filing cabinet? Yep, no, that's a weapon. A target pistol on a doll. What room is this? Huh, the West Solarium. Okay, off to the other wing. Dahlia,
You lit
hey.
the fire. I saw you there.
Of course you did. That was my house, burning. My daughter, Alessa. You were the one who saved her.
Yeah, she was your daughter? Why did you leave her? Why did no one help? You all left that girl to burn.
So we did. The world is stranger than you think.
You're crazy. What happened to her? Lisa said she was dead.
Alessa is with those who care for her. Do not trust her, Travis. She does not know what she is doing.
How do you know my name? Hey, answer me. They're all crazy.
Oh no, Luke. Yeah, LaCroix coconut water, or coconut flavored LaCroix is very not good. I do not care for it, and I'm fine with LaCroix. Might as well save. For a few years at work, I was calling LaCroix LaCroix like a goddamn dingus. Oh, this is coconut cola, which Luke says is better. I'll believe you. I generally am not. I don't care for coconut that much. Okay. Deliriton says, based on some timelines that they've looked at, that this likely takes place in the mid to late 1980s, which lines up. I don't know why I said late 70s. Hey, baby. Oh, okay, ignore me. Go sit on your bed. It's not like I fucking feed you or anything. No, I'm playing. Jake says Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline. Oh yeah, LaCroix is associated with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Later, Luke. Enjoy your soup dumplings. Man, soup dumplings sounds really good. Okay, let me look at the map, see what the comparative size of these floors is. Basement's probably spooky, but probably blocked off. We have a second floor. Let's go down before we go up. Boy, I'm really excited about Link's Awakening, guys. I didn't realize it was this close. I looked at a list of some of the changes, and it seems like there's not an awful lot that has changed. And I just have to keep on reminding myself, modern Zelda is good now. Okay, basement's locked. Oh, right. I wonder how they'll handle the NES monsters. Link's Awakening is a weird game. My first Zelda game, actually. Oh shit, shadow monsters. Okay, a very good design. Oh, that's real cool. That I didn't realize that that thumping sound was their twitching head slamming against the floor. That is a really good piece of sound design. Excuse me. Oh, fuck! Didn't see a creep in there. No, I'll, Okay, let's try the south part first. Oh. Okay, the TB ward is a place that I need to go. I talked about taking Mrs. Magpie. That's Travis's mom. There, but the door is likely... No, not locked. The TB ward is a place I need to go. Ah, video games, says Zach. Hey, that's my iron lung. Out of use. In light of the recent accident, I am barring the use of the iron lung equipment. This applies to all staff, including senior nurses. Somebody used it as a bong, didn't they? Patient deaths during therapy are not to be treated lightly. I find it hard to believe that someone could accidentally overload every valve on the equipment, and so, until the inquiry is concluded, I must assume the equipment itself is at fault. These precautions are essential. We owe a duty of care to all of our patients, even the difficult ones. Dr. Harris. Okay, do I have what I need to solve this puzzle? It seems like it's just a logic puzzle. Buh. Oh, basement key. Good. Okay. Let's go down to the basements. Avoiding the Shadow Man. I have a problem. If ever there was a video game asset that was designed to make me think I could interact with it, this fire hose is one of them. Look at that. It really stands out. I mean, at least it does to me. I don't know to you, but I feel burned. Okay. Brian shared a Twitter link. Oh yeah, I saw this. If you put triggered over any stock photo of a smug man on a plain background, it actually looks like a genuine Netflix comedy special thumbnail. Oh, man. Let me, Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Oh, well. There's some weird Chrome setting that resets that makes it so you can't put it in, you can't put it in XSplit, which is a bummer. New enemy. What's my map look like here? Alright, we have a lot of impractically placed storage rooms. Is there a broader goal that I'm working toward? Because they took one of them to the TB ward. Maybe I just need to get into the west? Alright, let's try going clockwise. Look at Brian getting all generous. Okay, I am about to die. Give me some of that sweet, sweet carnation instant. Fuck, lock's broken. Huh, well, that was a bummer. Oh, I'm excited. This is my first, like, kind of free weekend in a long time. I don't know what to do with myself. And usually when I don't know what to do with myself, I sleep. Weird thing about summer when you're grown up is that, like, every weekend has something. It is not the time of relaxation that you remember. Oh boy, big boy. Oh boy, big boy. Oh, BBB. Ooh, what's this? Somebody left a spigot on. Looks like sewage outflow. All the sewage from the pipes drains down here. Stinks to high heaven. Alright, there's something I'll flush down a pipe upstairs later on that I'll need to come down here for. Is this marked on the map? Nah, East Pipe Room. That's fine. Oh yeah, the John Mulaney bit about how adults always seem happiest when they're doing nothing. No, I'm always happiest when there's nothing the next day that I have to do. If I have a half-hour call with a client at 4 p.m., I will spend the prior 48 hours freaking out about it. Oh yeah, and there is truth to that bit. Canceling plans feels better than any activity. This seems like the way forward, but I do not like to leave a floor unexplored. Oh, I got all turned around. Okay, female hydrotherapy. Now, if my knowledge of psychiatric facilities holds true, the way out of here is to rip the hydrotherapy machine from the ground and throw it out the window. Okay, that's the portal to the other world. That's more of a Resident Evil move, Cole. Nah, it's a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest move. I need to reread that book because apparently, and I was doing research about this, the Combine are inspired by the narrator's psychoses. And I would like to see that. The Combine from Half-Life 2. Okay, this hydrotherapy bath must be broken because the water is boiling. There's a key at the bottom, but there's no way I can reach it without scalding myself. Okay, there's a drainage control here. Should I press the button? Yes. Yeah, I listened to the audiobook back during that job that I worked that got me into podcasts. Had a very good reading of it. I wonder if that's the one that's on Audible. I'll probably do that. What's that? What did he say? Some rusty scales. I don't need to know how much it weigh. Alright, so I obviously need to go to the other world here, but let's go downstairs and get that key first. Ooh? Oh, that's not the... That's not the stairs. I'm surprised that pipe hasn't broken yet. Maybe I haven't killed a lot of things with it. Maybe I just have carried it around for a while. If I can make a television recommendation, it's not something I usually do here, but I've been getting a lot of joy out of it, and I'm quite late to the party, so forgive my tardiness. But one of the funniest things I've seen in years is a program on Comedy Central called Nathan For You. I had never seen it before. I heard a podcast talking about the finale, and I was like, oh, I'll check this out. It's on Hulu. It's incredibly good. Just me, like, cackling, like, laughing out loud, worrying about the neighbors calling the police on me at 2 a.m. So, that is my television recommendation to you. Boo? Man. Okay, where'd that key go? Maybe it's in the otherworld version of this room? Possibly? Maybe? Jake says, it sounds like a surgical strike on people who work in marketing sense of humor. Yeah, for me it is really, like the wacky business ideas and the legal skirting is the one of the most entertaining parts of it. But also, I would say that's all of it. So maybe that was a redundant. That was a redundant statement. Yeah, I really liked Nathan Fielder. He's done a couple of guest voice spots on Bob's Burgers, and his performances and characters have always been really, really good. Okay, let's go to the other world now. But just like all the stuff about him asking to hang out with people after they're done recording and all the ways they evade him is so good. Oh. there's that fucking doll again. Oh, he's giving me ammo. Let's try going down and getting that key. Why don't we? What are we? Yeah, there we go. What is at the end of this blocked hallway? Oh, something that will kill me. Okay. So that means I can't go get that key. Lock's broken. Yeah, no. This is just to punish me for trying to get that key. Deliritant says, so Cole, with your PhD in Silent Hill lore, can you please elucidate us on the symbolism, the meaning behind the big, what's they say here, the weird hulky bull monster? So what you have to realize is, with the exception of the first and second games, there's not an awful lot of reason behind the monster designs. There are some of them that are really specific. So like in Silent Hill 4, when you get the conjoined twin monster, that is victim, I believe, 7 and 8 that Walter took care of. When you get here, though, it ultimately form kind of gives way to function a little bit in terms of them leading with, okay, we need a big monster, let's design a good big monster. We need a range monster, like how can we adapt the patient demon in a satisfying kind of way? So there are probably reaches that could happen, but you don't get anything as tight and concise as like, oh, the mannequin with 2 legs represents James's obsession with sex because it has been denied to him because of the circumstances of his marriage, right? Things like that. Something I've appreciated is the fact that the nurses in this are not necessarily as busty and stacked as they are in Silent Hill 2 or 3. There is no reason for them to be like that in Silent Hill 3 other than asset reuse. Alessa would not be fetishizing the nurses in the way that James would. So yeah, I don't know what the gigantic monster would represent in Travis's mind. His whole thing, as revealed by the butcher, that not pyramid head creature that we found, and his endings has to do with wrath, basically. Wrath and violence because of the way that he was brought up. There's probably a way that you can read into it, but I don't know. There are a couple of reads on Silent Hill 3 that end up... and the bowl is emblematic of wrath and violence, Jake says. Yes. Yeah, so probably there. Silent Hill 3, I don't think that there is as much symbolic monster design going on there as there had been in the past. I think that it gets a lot of credit, a lot of halo from Silent Hill 2, because it shares, similar aesthetics, and it's still an incredibly good game. You have a couple of things that shine through, like the closer demon having some slashes on its wrist, either highlighting suicide attempts in Heather's past, or suicidal ideation, things like that. But when you read interpretations like the scrapers, those big kind of like gyroscope whirly bird kind of things, people say, oh, that represents like an anxiety that Heather's fetus has about abortion, scraping, dilation and curettage, that kind of thing. That feels a little bit reachy to me. I think that 2 was such a shining example that a lot of people just started reading the other games that way. Silent Hill 1, I think it's a pass on that, because you do end up finding children's books of Alessa's and doodles and drawings. And it's a little bit like The Regulators, Stephen King, where Richard Bachman, The Regulators, where the child's drawings end up becoming kind of like the twisted monsters that show up in real life. So it's possible the tumorous bull demon was it's possible the tumorous bull demon is a representation of wrath, but I don't know. At this point in the series, well past 4, I am less willing to give credit outside of when it is directly obvious. There we go. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to fucking hold court. I have thoughts.
I've always hated you. You and your devil son.
Oh God, Helen. My dear Helen. You really are dead. What will I do?
That was a surprise. Sorry, I was pouring myself a little bit more beverage. I swear that is me pouring some pop into a cup. I am not pissing. Okay. There's a strange depression carved into the door. Looking at it makes my head feel numb. We talked about this in the Trivia Monster episode of Abject Suffering. It's a habit I'm trying to break, but the how good it makes me feel to know things when I can answer the question right, or when I can inform people. It is scratching an itch for me in a way that nothing else really does. And like that tear that I went off on, it was requested, so I don't feel bad about it, but yeah, we mentioned it, the Prince Robot, the Trivia Monster episode of Abject Suffering. It's on the early release feed right now. It'll be out on Monday. But that that instinct, that pleasure that I take in being a literal trivia monster, it leads me into, to cudgel people, with knowledge is wrong, facts is kind of right, too much, to cudgel people with too much, more than they asked for. I guess I need bolt cutters or wire cutters to open that, and it's not the best instinct, and I've had to put a limiter on it. Oh, hey! The last thing you want to do is be Mr. Actually. That is who I tend to be and who I have been fighting for years not to be. All right, let's cross over. The toilet looks blocked. There's a metal ringing in the pipe. Sound like something is stuck. Should I flush it? I don't know. Oh, okay. Wait, what floor am I on? Yeah, that's where that's where the key got stopped. Cool. So now it's in the basement. What? Bring me my son. Huh, I wonder what that means. Wow, that's a lot of rooms in those wards. Huh. Yeah. So after the first episode of these, I usually end up going and doing like a deep dive on wikis and TV tropes to remind myself of facts about the games and, you know, stuff about the monsters and things. So there will be more. There will be more. Uh-oh. Let me try and get into those dorms. What can I get? Where is that? Lock's broken. Seats taken. Yeah. God, man, my niece. She's in 8th grade, and I've been going to her middle school volleyball games. Just to be there and cheer, and it feels good to be there for family. But the most recent one I went to was at my old middle school, and that was a time. 9:30 a.m. Administered medication to the seclusion patients. There were no incidents. 11:46 a.m. Accompanied Dr. Harris on his morning rounds. No incidents of note. 3 p.m. Visit for Mrs. Grady from her husband. Took her into the empty dorm room so she would be more comfortable. 3:46. Mrs. Grady has attacked her husband. During the visit, she had a violent episode and attempted to throttle Mr. Grady. She was heard screaming by myself and the attending orderly, and we managed to restrain her, though it took 3 of us, despite her being a female of slight build. After we sedated her and took her back to her room, Dr. Harris examined her and decided to reinstate her dose of epilenium. 5:12 p.m. After the incident with Mrs. Grady, the other patients have become agitated and restless. Harris has ordered a lockdown. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Prince Robot. Prince Robot says the premium episodes we do for Watch Out for Fireballs on Patreon are some of the best stuff we do. We try and put a little bit more juice into those. Yeah, no, it was weird because don't triangulate, please don't dox my 13-year-old niece. Went to the middle school, my old middle school, the same building I was in on 9/11, on the anniversary of 9/11. Lots of super weird reminiscing about that. Patient belongings. Good. On some kind of swing. Okay, let's go get the key first. Where is patient belongings? That's like, yeah, over there in the main. Let's get that key, see what it's for, and then go to patient belongings. Nine says they went to a K-12 elementary school, no middle school, and the high school was across the street, so trips down memory lane happened very efficiently. Yeah, no. I'm gonna die. Let's get through this before I heal. Yeah, it is a weird and nice thing about moving back close to my hometown, is that I have access to that stuff. But it's been good. It's been about a year since I moved out here, and it's the happiest I've been in a long while. That has been helped by, you know, working for myself. Always so many steps. There's a key in the drain, but I can't reach it through the grate. Great. Okay. Jake says you need to lower a fish into the grate so it can eat the key. I have no reason to disbelieve you, so... I really hope that you're not abusing my trust, Jake. Prince Robot says time to find a pair of tongs. Somebody mentioned Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines earlier. This time I'll mention Deus Ex. I can't think of the word tongs without thinking of Tracer Tong. No, he's just gonna lunge at me with no real way to stop that from happening, huh? Yeah, it's not a good monster. What's my health say? Yeah, it's fine. Alright, let's go into those really cluttered and crowded wards. Those shadow monsters are a really, really good design. Different than the Troll Tall, Knife9 says. Gotta pay the health tax, different than the Troll Tall. I'm also doing a rewatch of It's Always Sunny, and man, that show is funny. I like how they don't let you go into those rooms with all the, you know, those hallways with all those little rooms. It's very, very conscientious of them. Why didn't I hear a door open? This has been a really uneventful area, except for that one little cutaway to the audio. Go through the solarium, I guess? Oh, there were not enemies here before. So I have the female, or I have the patient belonging key. Let's go there, I suppose. What was that? Okay, I think this is it. Age 35, blah, blah, blah. These are about Travis's mom. No sense maintaining the mystery, because it's obvious. Mrs. Grady's condition has degraded dramatically in the last few months. Her fantasies of a mirror world have become more acute, and she spends more and more time in an apparent catatonic state. She claims that during this time, she is in the, quote, other world. She now has a full recollection of her attack on her son, but shows no remorse for the incident. Indeed, she seems proud, almost smug, of her attempted filicide. I am worried that this behavior could be a side effect of the increased doses of epilenium that the patient has been prescribed. I have asked for her dose to be halved and hope to see positive results shortly. Let's take that ammo. It seems very unwise to be keeping guns and ammo in an institute like this, but who am I? I am not a professional. Oh, there's a mirror here. Yes, I did, Zach. In fact, typewriters are a weapon that you can throw. I guess I have too many throwables for it to be for it to be there. Trust me, you can take the typewriter. Yeah, no, this is a Silent Hill game that has throwable items and weapons with durability. It's super strange because this is the first of several games where they said, hey, the combat's good now. Narrator voice. It wasn't. Hey, Jake. I gotta give you a high five there, buddy. For this. Jake says, the best thing is, if you throw the typewriter, it makes an excellent aerial weapon. Top notch. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to give you this. Have I been on this floor? I'm not going to be able to reach my foot out 2 feet to reach that door. Whoa, hey. Maybe heal. Maybe heal, Cole. Maybe heal. Heal. I'm talking to a fucking dog. These shadow boys are tough. Whoa, that's very, very bad design. That your attack button could trigger inspect. Alright, I have no more reason to be here. Hey there, Alistor. Nothing's up. I'm just playing this game and enjoying the chat. As usual. I don't feel like going back out there because there's a big monster there that will kill me. Let's try venturing east a little bit. See what we can do over here. Oh, stairs. Where would these go? To a place I have not been. Let's not leave this floor just yet if we can help it. Incident report form. Attending officer's report. When I arrived at the blank house, the ambulance was already at the scene. The neighbor, Mr. Bryant, who first called in the incident, had restrained Mrs. Grady and the paramedics were tending to the child. The husband, Mr. Grady, had not yet arrived back from his place of work. Thanks to Bryant's intervention, the gas had been turned off and the house ventilated. However, there was still a strong smell, and I deemed it necessary to call the fire department as a precaution. It appeared that Mrs. Grady had attempted to gas herself and her child. When I spoke to the suspect, Mrs. Grady, she was uncooperative and seemed enraged. She demanded I release her so she could, quote, kill the devil child. She was clearly not in control of her mind. Mr. Bryant commented that several times in the previous weeks he had heard loud arguments and screams from the house. He said, Helen has not been well for a while. I'm going to check the rest of the lobby before I go downstairs. I know it's probably a fool's errand, but again, exploration heuristic. You dance with the floor that brought you. But no, that's broken. Ooh, a poker. That looks like a first aid kit. There we go. Ooh, oh, I got a YouTube comment, guys. This always makes me nervous. Let me do immersion therapy and read that on the air. Let's see here. Hexrank Live, Eternal Darkness. Hate that one of the comments they read on the extrasode talks about how they kept finding the game on discount bins everywhere a few months after it came out, and now I can't even find a copy for less than $80. Thank you, Diego. Yeah. No, talking about the talking about the Eternal Darkness episode of WAF on my stream of Eternal Darkness for Hexcrank. The Circle of Life. The nice thing is that GameCube emulation is good enough that you can take advantage of that. Deliriton says, I love whenever the map is pulled up. It feels like visual ASMR. I get self-conscious about how much I check the map. Okay, let's go downstairs. PK Super says, love Origins, but haters going hate. Part of the reason why I stream this, A, it's because it's been a very long time. This is one of the Silent Hill games that I've played the least, honestly. But also, I remember vaguely disliking this from my initial experience, and I wanted to interrogate why, especially as the Watch Out for Fireballs episode of the Watch Out for Fireballs episode about Silent Hill Shattered Memories comes up. I wanted to interrogate that, and so I fired this up on Hexcrank to do a little bit of homework. I'm not having a bad time so far, although I am, just a little bit bummed out. Like, just switching between Otherworld and Main World is a problem for me, not because of, like, lore reasons or whatever. That's fine, but just doubling the effective explorable space in a map or a dungeon is a gameplay bother for me, like from a backtracking perspective. Let's see here. Jake says, in RE2, when I would get chased by Mr. X, the only way I would survive is by constantly mapping. Yeah. Got to be able to plan to get away from Mr. X. What did y'all think about Project Resistance? I only saw the kind of the teaser trailer they put out. I didn't see anything about gameplay. I'm curious what if anybody has any thoughts about it, because I'm kind of conflicted. I pro Resident Evil Outbreak, con Operation Raccoon City. I don't know if I trust modern Capcom to do a multiplayer RE game well. Deliriton says it's ... interesting. The gameplay is 1v4. That's cool. I like that. I don't have what I need to pull that key out of the drain, though. Unless I pick something up that I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah, asynchronous multiplayer is definitely a thing in horror. See Friday the 13th, as Deliritant mentions, or Damned is another one that Jala has tried to get us to play, but I just haven't been able to get online at a particular time. And also, man, that new Predator game looks really good to me. Let's see here. Maybe the alt-world version of this will let me reach and grab the key. That'd be good. Ugh. Man. Okay, interview archives key. Yeah. Outbreak was cool because it was short maps. Different characters had different strengths and abilities. Playing it online was cool, but even the CPU kind of AI was good enough to take advantage of like synergies and stuff like that. Yeah, I liked it because I had a lot of really novel scenarios. What's that ladder? I bought a copy of Outbreak File 2. I have both of them now. I have the original and File 2. I was gonna do a CPU run of those on Hexcrank here. The only problem, my one big problem with those games, is that the loading times are fucking heinous. When I got one of them here, I got Outbreak 1 a couple of years ago, and I tried firing it up. I had problems getting the disc to load on my old janky PS2. Maybe on my new one it won't be as much of a problem, but yeah, the loading time was actively hampering the ability to play. Also, you know, maybe don't take my opinion with a lot of, authority because I like, I like the weirdos. I would adopt every sick pet, every deformed pet if I could, as regards video games. Yeah, you could complete it solo. Patient interview room. Where is that? West Pipe Room. Seems like getting that key was the major goal for this stage. Is it the archive that I'm looking for? Interview archives. Yeah. MMO is probably the wrong word for it. It's probably a little bit closer to like Phantasy Star Online a little bit. Because when you play it online, you match in lobbies. But those servers are down now unless you do the Japanese version and use the custom servers. Something that was really novel about it, that was kind of ahead of its time, was the idea that there was no voice chat. Instead, all of the communication was done through in-game emotes and gestures, which, for my purposes, accomplished enough. Maybe not for everybody, but it accomplished enough for me. And that actually, greatly expanded the player base because you didn't need to play with people from your own country or from your own, language. There was a similar thing with Phantasy Star Online where you could select chat macros that would be translated. But also, hey, an early online game that defended you from just the absolute hell blast that was voice chat. Can I go upstairs? Yeah, I can. Okay, let's do it. No, Dilettante, I've not streamed Outbreak. If there's demand for it, I'll try it. Girl, what up? Yeah. Sorry, Greta came up and said hello. And now she guard me. Hey, Greta, Dilettante says hi. She looked at a power outlet and yawned. Sorry, Dilettante. I didn't mean for her to ice you out.
You had to. Please, help me understand.
That's what you do with pets. That's what you do, isn't it? And he was a pest. Oh, he was a bad boy. Always has been. I tried to pretend he wasn't, but they were there to make sure I didn't forget.
They?
The people in the mirrors. They see it all. What's really going on.
And it was their idea?
Yes. They saw the devil inside of him. I had to kill him. My responsibility. My flesh and blood. I brought him into this world, so I had to take him out of it. Good wombs can bear bad sons, they say. I know you think what I did was wrong.
I just want to understand. Helen.
No! You want to keep me locked up, Doctor. But you can't. I can leave whenever I want. I can step through that mirror and into their world. This world is just a daydream.
Helen?
When will they bring me my boy?
So. Let's cross over. Where's the door? It is behind Travis. Zach asks, okay, I'm way late on this, but is that Juggies carrying a weapon? No, it has his mom's ashes in it. No, it's a weapon. Let's try the office, maybe. Maybe the director's office will have some stuff in it. Okay. Now we're going into the East Wing for the first time, or the West Wing for the first time. I'm gonna see if the East Wing is locked off to me from here. I just want to make sure that the map isn't like 4 times as big as I expected it to be. Okay. It is as I expected. I gotta say, if you're watching this and you're a fan of horror, we recorded the It Chapter 2 episode of Radio Free Midworld today. That'll be an early release on Tuesday as I'm recording this, and it's good. Gwen was a fantastic guest. We gushed about the stuff that we loved, and we're like, what about the stuff that we didn't care for, you know, like the pacing. Jake asks, real talk, when's the Maximum Overdrive episode? God, what was that? Was that, I forget, was it Stephen King who said his assistant director on that movie was cocaine? I don't know. It's not a general Stephen King podcast yet. But Maximum Overdrive would be a very funny episode to do as a bonus. Man, how good was that? I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for people who didn't see it, but It Chapter 2 had a really, really good Stephen King cameo in it, and I would murder a man. No, I wouldn't murder Stephen King for it, to his credit. For the Neil Young Harvest t-shirt that he wore in that scene. Incredibly good. So I gotta warn you, the next save spot that I get to, I'm going to cut this short. We've been going for just about 3 hours now. Whoa, hey buddy, what you doing? No, you're gonna kill me. Yeah, that's right. I need to heal. Jake says they want to shoot Nazis tonight, and me leaving is perfect timing. You playing a Wolfenstein game, Jake? Are you an Antifa super soldier? I should probably heal. Ugh. Oh, so there's a mirror in there. Yeah, I played the first 4 missions of the new Colossus. Man, that's that game begins with a gut punch. Let's see here. Dog Nozzle asks, hey, is the best jumping on point for the Dark Tower series to just read the first book? Yes. The Gunslinger is your best entry. And there, it is very short. I think it's sub 300 pages, I believe. Introduces you to Roland, introduces you to some of the metaphysics of the world, although don't read too much into the, hoity-toityness of the phrase metaphysics. Everything in the series picks up one after the other. The only one of them that I would recommend reading out of sequence, if you were kind of curious but wanted to read the best in the series, The Wind Through the Keyhole doesn't necessarily rely on a lot of Dark Tower knowledge, except for the beginning and the end. However, the bulk of the story is actually just a really good fantasy tale. But regardless, if you're interested in the Dark Tower for the Dark Tower's sake, I would say Gunslinger is really good. And even if you just leave it there, it is a fine book on its own, So yeah. But of course, I recommend you read all of them and listen to Radio Free Midworld on Duckfeed.tv. And I mean, there is no shame in listening to audiobooks. That is how I consume most of my literature these days. And the Dark Tower audiobooks are fantastic generally. They are narrated. Books 1, 5, 6, and 7 are by George Guidall, and 2, 3, and 4 are written by or are narrated by Frank Muller. Incredibly good. And Went Through the Keyhole is narrated by Stephen King himself. It's always fun to listen to an author read their own work. DOTT. Oh, Drawing of the Three. Yeah. Jake Permington says Drawing of the Three is the first book where I really fell in love with Stephen King's random characterizations. Like this random store clerk will have a few pages that just talk about a store clerk's day and thought processes. Yeah. Dr. Static on the recent on the episode of Radio Free Midworld about to come out describes Stephen King as a writer as a wanderer. And it depends on if that sounds good to you or not. I tend to like where he wanders to. Whew. Man, this is such a big fucking dungeon. Let's see here. What is it going to tell me to do? Square. Okay, how about this? And X. Give me an X. How about that? Male seclusion. What is this? Reddit? We laugh. Yeah, that's grim. Someone had a quote accident here. A dressmaker's dummy. That doesn't seem healthy. Dog Nozzle, incels. Medications. Trizanthium, Natium, Oporium, Solarium, Natium. Red, blue, yellow, green, blue. There are piles of uneaten food. It smells awful. Boy, I really would like to get to a safe spot so I can go to bed. Not that I mind being here with y'all, but ugh. Yeah, people don't believe this by looking at me, but sitting still for this long really makes me anxious. Ah, shit. No, Vomdon. And I'm dead. Okay. Well, that's as good of a stopping point as any. Whoa. That is a, that's a really bad sound. Cool. Well, I'll try and recover that lost ground tomorrow before I pick up again. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Not going to try and recover that lost progress. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time. You know the stuff to do, subscription and follow and all of that stuff. I'll be back tomorrow night on Saturday to continue this game. This might be a 3-night game as opposed to a 4-night game or whatever. We'll see. It will definitely continue into next weekend, though. What I most want for you to do, if we're taking action items, is to have a wonderful weekend, and if that involves seeing me tomorrow night, all the better. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.